Hey everyone, welcome back to Fix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Ryan, and today's video is another episode in our little e-commerce series here on the channel. And for today's video, we're primarily going to be setting up shipping. Let's go ahead and get started. So here we are in the back end of our website, and what we want to do first is come down to settings, and we're going to go to shipping and fulfillment. And once we are here, you can choose to use this start guide, and it's actually super helpful. It's like a full tutorial walkthrough that allows you to actually set up your shipping settings while the tutorial is teaching you how it works. However, for today's video, we'll just go ahead and set it up ourselves. So over here, we have our shipping regions. So right now we have domestic and we have international. Both of these are set up as free shipping currently. However, let's say we did not include shipping in our prices for our products. We probably don't want to include free shipping for everything that we ship. So we can easily press this little edit option and we can change the settings for domestic and international region. Firstly, up here we have the region. So we can see right now it says United States, which is 54 states. Which is not actually 54 states of the United States. I think it's including some of the US regions as well, but we can also include other destinations as well. Let's say we wanted to include Mexico and Canada. So this would be more of like a North American shipping region. And then below that, we can apply the shipping settings. Right now it is set to free shipping. We want to change this. So we can choose a flat rate, a rate by weight, a rate by price, a rate by product, and USPS calculated rate. If you plan to ship things with USPS in the United States, you probably are going to want to choose this option. However, if you plan to ship things manually through UPS or FedEx or something like that, then you might want to choose one of these options. If we go ahead and check out flat rate, we can give this shipping option a name, we can give it an optional delivery time, and we can set the rate for shipping. We can also offer free shipping when a customer buys over a certain amount, which this is actually really nice. So let's say if someone buys $100 worth of goods, the shipping rate will be waived and they get free shipping. That's typically something that's nice to do on the flat rate setting. The next thing we have is rate by weight. So once again, we can give this shipping method a name, estimated delivery time, and then right here we have the weight range and the rate. So right now, if someone just buys one product and it's less than 1 pound, then maybe we charge like $2.99 to actually ship it. If it's a pound or up, maybe we choose $6.99. And of course, we can add additional ranges if we want to, which we can alter here. So maybe we do 3 here, and maybe we do $10.99 for this one. Now, to get these rates, it might be good to go to your whatever service you're planning to use, like FedEx or UPS, and check online or go in store and ask them for how much shipping actually costs by weight for different items. Then you can go ahead and create your weight ranges and rates here. I do think that will probably be the best option. And then once again, you obviously have offer free shipping if a customer buys over a certain amount. Again, I always think that this is a really good option to include. The next option that we have is rate by price. So let's say if an item is only $1, it's less than $1, then maybe we charge like $1.99 for shipping. And then if it's $1 and up, maybe we do $6.99. Something like that. And of course, you can add more ranges here as well. Personally, I don't really like this method as much. I actually prefer the weight one. And while we are talking about weight, again, I forgot to mention this, but if you're going to do rate by weight, you're going to want to make sure in your store products that you actually set up the weight for them. So if I go ahead and select product number 23, the nail polish, and I scroll down to inventory and shipping, you'll notice that I put the shipping weight here. If you're going to set your shipping settings to rate by weight for all of your products, you're going to want to make sure that you put the weight of the product. Otherwise, the shipping by weight will not know how much to charge for shipping based on the products that they select. But let's go ahead and go back to our shipping settings. Another option is rate by product. So you can actually create groups of products. So we can go ahead and create a group real quick. Maybe we do nail polish. We press next, and we can choose all of the products that are like nail polish or makeup remover. So we can say this one is nail polish. So is this one right here. And we can do none, or we can say done. So now we have this group here, and then we can set up a shipping option name, and then set up the delivery option, and then we can set a specific rate for the product. So it's similar to flat rate, but instead we can create groups of products instead of just one. Under here, we actually get advanced settings as well. So choose how shipping is rated. Apply group rate to each product in the order. Apply group rate once for all products ordered from a group. Apply the highest group once to the entire order. I would probably say this one is the best one, because let's say they order nail polish, and then they order makeup remover, they order a bunch of different products, but you don't want to charge a shipping rate for each product that they ordered. In fact, you probably just want to ship them all in one box or bag, right? So if you just apply the highest group rating for the entire order, that would save you several boxes, several shipping labels, and it's just going to be ease of use for your customer. And the last one, I kind of already mentioned this, but we have USPS calculated rate. So at checkout, they will see calculated rates. So you can see right here, we have add services. So you can turn on ground advantage. And again, you can add the estimated delivery time, set the adjustment, offer free shipping when a customer buys over a certain amount. You can do priority mail, do the same thing, and you can do priority mail express, and once again, do the same thing. For the package type, you can set your main shipping package to a flat rate, and you can kind of see the type of boxes that you use. So it kind of gives you shows you what kind of envelope or box that you plan to use. So if you're shipping like small things, this one might not be bad. But if you're shipping a few small things, then you might want to do this one right here. And this one can say max number of products. You can maybe set this, well, this is the box. So maybe we can do like 5 products in this little box. We can add another one, which could be the padded envelope. Maybe this one can be set as 2, just like that. I think that looks really good. And then we can say ship from address. So if you have a local store or a physical location, it might be best just to put that address here. And then backup settings, if backup weight per product, and then backup shipping rate as well. So in case these kind of fail and they don't have like good options or very clear options, we have the backup settings, so we can backup weight per product or backup shipping rate. So that's kind of the shipping settings here, but we also have local delivery and pickup. So local delivery allows you to set a range where you can offer a even smaller rate. Like so let's say you are in New York and you want to offer maybe some cheaper delivery options. Maybe you can do like $1.99 for delivery, and you can set up a small radius and just set up like a 5-mile radius around your store or a zip code, and you'll be able to charge a cheaper delivery rate instead of a shipping rate. So with this method, it's assumed that you or maybe one of your employees will deliver the product yourself rather than using UPS, FedEx, or USPS for shipping and delivery. It's kind of assumed that you or one of your employees will deliver this product. And then down below, you can also set up your delivery time. So you can say 1 to 2 days, or you can do delivery time slots. So if you're a Monday through Friday, 9 to 6 p.m., you can set up these times as when you would typically deliver orders from your store. And then delivery types and conditions, you can do same day delivery, next day delivery, minimum 2-day delivery, and then a cutoff for same day would be like 1 p.m. So if you offer same day, but someone orders at 2 p.m., then it notifies them that it won't be delivered until tomorrow because they ordered it a little bit too late. But just for fun, let's go ahead and add this. I said New York, so let's just go ahead and choose like the city here. And now we have a cheaper delivery option for a local delivery. And lastly, we have pickup. This is great if you have a physical store where people can buy online and then pick it up themselves in store. So you can put your store name, put your store address. When will the order be ready for pickup? Typically, you can say like within 1 hour. Pickup instructions, so just tell them to come in, tell them that you ordered online, and have your ID ready. You can even just use their little thing right here. And then customers will see this pickup information at checkout, on the thank you page, and in the order confirmation email. So they'll have 3 ways to see your instructions for picking up their order at your location. But for now, I'm just going to set this as free shipping, and we can go ahead and move on out of domestic. International basically offers the same things, except shipping international typically is a bit more expensive. So you're just going to want to adjust your rates slightly based on where these are being shipped. And sometimes shipping international, depending on the country, can also affect the rate. So also keep that in mind. So you might want to set up additional regions depending on how far the packages have to go. But we will go ahead and remove that for now. And last but not least, we have fulfillment services. So if you are selling products on your own website that you do not currently have stock of, or that other companies fulfill, then you can easily set that up here. Of course, we have a few different options here to set up, or you can forward your orders by email to your fulfiller. So if you work with a company that fulfills your orders and products, then you can just add their email right here. So you can add their name, their email, and you can select when the email actually gets sent to them. So you can have it when the order is paid, when the order is placed, or I'll send an email myself from the order page. So you can do these 3 different options. Typically, you might want to just use when an order is paid. However, this really just depends on what kind of product that you offer. If you offer some sort of pay when it ships option or something like that, then you can do this one, or you can send an email yourself. If it's like a custom product and you need them to fulfill it in a specific way, and you just want to ensure that the product is exactly how your customer wants before you send the email, then you can select this option right here. But I would say for the most part, if you are doing fulfillment service, when the order is paid is perfectly fine. However, I feel like for the most part, most of you watching this video have your own stock of your own products, so you're not really going to have to worry about fulfillment services. It really just matters if you don't want to fulfill yourself. It's also maybe useful if you have, like if we do add fulfillment service and we do add fulfiller here, this one might also be good if you run out of stock from your own inventory. You can send an email from the order straight to your fulfillment center to have them send it straight from them to your customer, rather than them send it to you and you send it to the customer. That's just more shipping and a longer wait time for your customer. So it might actually be beneficial to have, if you have a fulfiller, to add, I'll send an email myself, just in case you run out of stock on a product. You can then send your fulfiller an email and they can fulfill the order for you a little bit quicker for your customer and less work on you. But that's basically gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more Wix and Wix Studio content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all in the next one.